Seem to have a good time.
Grandma's house.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome and good morning.
Good morning.
Come, whoever you are, holding various beliefs, whatever your skin color and national origin, whatever your age or gender identity, whatever your abilities, whomever you love, you're welcome at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Statesboro. You're welcome in this, our religious home. Any visitors or guests this morning, we welcome visitors and guests and ask that if you would like to take a moment to introduce yourselves, or if you have any guests, would you introduce anyone? It's like an old home kind of crowd this morning. All right. And if anyone was visiting, you can give us some information on our guest registry near the front entrance, or our website is www.uustatesboro.org. And if you're registered there, we can send you some more information. Thank you, members and guests, for sharing your resources during our offertory later in the service. Or again, you can do that via the website. In the month of November, half of our offering that is not designated as pledged to UU Fellowship of Statesboro will be donated to the Statesboro Food Bank. And meanwhile, a reminder for anyone who wasn't here for our annual meeting last week, I remind members and committed friends that we are in an extension of the pledge drive for UUFS for 2026. So if you see any way you can help or help more, please see Teresa, who's in the back corner, or Mo, who's right up here. Teresa has some of the pledge forms available, and if you're entering a first-time pledge, indicate that, or if you are adding to your pledge or doing something new, please explain that on the form. Okay? So this is how much I'm adding. This is my total. But this is Thanksgiving week, and we're thankful for what everyone has agreed to do. Now I invite you to join with me in reciting our congregational affirmation. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Our worship leader this morning is this year's most frequent worship leader, Pastoral Care Associate Sherry Barr.
Thank you, Al. Good morning, all.
Morning.
As always, we begin this religious service with the lighting of our chalice, which is a symbol of our religious heritage. As I go and light the flame, I invite you to say the chalice lighting words with me. Mo will sound a note, and then we rise up together and sing together.
This is our chalice of love and light, uniting us all by day and night.
official. Your name.
Yeah, let's play. Let me on.
Yeah, that's
We have no little children this morning. So we got all listening and let you read a story, right? It's time for the story for all ages. And what I'm reading today is called The Surprise Family. It's written by a lady named Lynn Reiser, who was a friend of a friend who got this copy autographed when John Paul was a baby. So I'll read it to you. First, there was an egg. One day, it cracked open. A baby chick looked out. Nobody was there. Where was her mother? The baby looked up and saw a boy. Her mother was a boy. The boy was not the kind of mother the chick had expected, but she loved him anyway. She followed him everywhere. The boy showed his baby chick how to find water and food and grit for her gizzard. He taught her how to hide safe inside his jacket when a hawk flew by or when the vacuum cleaner came too close. Every afternoon, the boy and his baby chick went for a walk around the garden. At night, she slept warm under the edge of his quilt. The baby chick grew and became a little hen. She still followed the boy everywhere. But now, following the boy was not enough. She wanted a family of her own. She wanted a family to follow her. She built a nest. She brought food. The boy found a clutch of eggs, abandoned. He gave them to the little hen. She sat and warmed the eggs, and every day she turned the eggs, and she sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she sat, and she sat. The eggs cracked open. The babies looked out and saw the hen. They followed her everywhere. She showed them how to find water and food and grit for their gizzards. She taught them to run to her when she sang the danger song and danced to the danger dance, and to hide safely under her feathers. Every afternoon, the boy and the little hen and the babies went for a walk around the garden. At night, the babies slept warm under the little hen's wings. The little hen's family grew. They still followed her everywhere, but now walking around the garden was not enough. They wanted to walk by the pond, so the boy and the hen took them to walk by the pond. They stood at the edge of the water. They looked at the water. They took a drink of the water. They jumped into the water. The little hen cried her danger cry. Her babies just splashed. The little hen danced her danger dance. Her babies swam. The little hen held out her wings for her babies to run under, but they just kept on swimming farther and farther away. The little hen ran after them, but when her feet got wet, she stopped. Because she was a chicken, and chickens cannot swim. The little hen's baby swam out of sight. Only her boy was left. But then, the little hen's babies turned around, swam back, hopped out of the water, flapped their wings, shook their tails, and ran to Mother Hen. She gathered her babies in warm under her wings. She looked at them. They were safe. She looked at them again, carefully. Their beaks were not pointed like her beak or soft like her boy's mouth. Theirs were flat. Their feet were not sharp like her feet or hard like her boy's shoes. Theirs were webbed. Their feathers were not fluffy like her feathers or fuzzy like her boy's jacket. They were waterproof. Her babies did not look like chicks or like boys. They looked like ducklings. Ducklings were not the kind of family she had expected. But she loved them anyway. The ducklings grew and became big ducks. Some afternoons, while the ducks swam in the pond, the boy walked around the garden and the hen followed him. Some afternoons, while the ducks swam in the pond, the hen walked around the garden and the boy followed her. Other afternoons, while the ducks swam in the pond and the boy waited after them, the hen just watched. But every afternoon in the garden, beside the pond, after walking and swimming and waiting, they were all there together under the little hen's wings. Kind of crowded and cozy under there. We don't have children, but together let's say our children's affirmation. They're none to sing out, but if you will rise with me and let's do our affirmation.
We are Unitarian Universalists, people of open minds, loving hearts, and helping hands.
From memories. So since we have no children to sing out, we don't need to sing them out. We will go directly into our program, and Carolyn will lead us off on that. Our dual membership, Carolyn is a member here and in Brunswick, and we're pleased she's here today to lead a program about Meg Barnhouse. Oh, okay.
Good morning. I'm Carolyn Wallace. I'm a member both here and at the church in Brunswick, the UUC Coastal Congregation of Coastal Georgia. Anyway, good morning. I'm sorry if you expected Meg Barnhouse to be here. She's not here in person. Elaine had a very nice photo of her in the blast. But I put together a program here that focuses on Meg's words and music Sherry's gonna help me. We're kind of a tag team today. Beth Butterfield's gonna help out, and then we have music extraordinaire. So I'm just gonna start with one of her songs. She's written and recorded 3 albums. I'll talk a little bit more about her later, but I'll start with this song, and I hope everything works. Yes. This is called Mango Thoughts in a Meatloaf Town. We're not transferring from down here up there. Grateful that you persevere. Well, I am so glad I found you. I was out here on my own. Couldn't find a single place where I could feel at home. I was just amazed to see that you've been here so long. You're Southern, she put Southerners down just a little, so don't take offense. I was thinking mango thoughts in a meatloaf town. The food for thought was all the same. It really brought me down. Nothing on the heavenly buffet line was satisfying my appetite for truth and right. I'm sitting here just sighing. Everybody else seems fine with blue jello, green peas, banana pudding, nothing spicy, no blisters, no fear to me. I was craving jalapeno sauce just to soothe my soul. Saying unsurprising things, taking all my self-control. I am glad to talk straight here. A lot of people are not. We got patriots and protesters. That ain't all we got. Atheists and redneck Hindus. We got pagans, Buddhist Jews. Some of us like the Christian song. Some just believe the blues. I was thinking mango sauce in this meatloaf town. Now my soul is on a roll. I got you folks all around. We got us a feast for the spirit and a feast for the mind. Speak the truth, walk in love. We remember to be kind. Well, that's what the ending would be if I were a sweet and earnest person. And Lord knows I do try. But here's the real ending. little bit of her sense of humor.
Every time I open that spreadsheet, so left my body. I have that too, but I switched to Hydra.
This is how I always picture sales in my head.
I didn't know it could be so organized.
No, we're not doing anything. Yeah. There it is. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna switch now to our meditation. And I picked for the meditation, If There's to Be Peace by Lao Tzu, which is one of Meg's favorite meditations. If there is to be peace in the world, there must be peace in nations. If there is to be peace in nations, there must be peace in the cities. If there is to be peace in the cities, there must be peace between neighbors. If there is to be peace between neighbors, there must be peace in the home. If there is to be peace in the home, there must be peace in the heart. This isn't working. I don't know why it's not going to my slides. It's not on slideshow, so. Hey. Okay. So hit the slide or hit this? Let me go to that. Okay. Okay. Technological difficulties, surprise, surprise. All right, now it's time for a moment of silence. And I wanted to note that Meg Barnhouse is actually very ill with cancer. She's been on a journey battling cancer for a couple of years. And so in this moment of silence, can we think of her and remember her as we benefit from her ideas and her music today. Okay. Maybe so. All right. Meg Barnhouse was born in Philadelphia to a Carolina mother and a Yankee father, in her words. And she grew up in Wayne, Pennsylvania, and Statesboro, North Carolina. She quipped that after she grew up, she wanted to move back to the South as fast as she could. And she eventually settled in Spartanburg, North Carolina, becoming a UU college chaplain, a UU minister, and a therapist. And later, she moved to Austin and became the senior minister of the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Austin, Texas, and after 11 years was granted minister emeritus status. In the late 1980s, Meg joined a creative enterprise called the Bubba Newsletter, which led to her participation in a radio program for several years called Radio Free Bubba. And one of our readings today comes from that book, Radio Free Bubba, the publication of those broadcasts. Creative writing and composing songs have always been part of Meg's ministry. Her writing focuses on the living everyday life. Her short essays may cause you to question, think, or view an ordinary situation differently. Throughout the years, she married, raised 2 sons, obtained a black belt in karate, published numerous books, and wrote and performed on 3 musical albums. Her life shifted when she transitioned from being married to a man to falling in love and marrying her best female friend, Kaya Hartwood. For the last 2 years, Meg has been battling an aggressive form of cancer, and she posts regularly on Facebook about her cancer journey. Our trio is going to play one of Meg's most famous songs, All Will Be Well, which is based on the story of Julian of Norwich, who was born in 1343. She was a Catholic anchoress in the city of Norwich, England. What are anchoresses? Anchoresses were highly religious women who chose to live their lives in contemplative isolation. They were described as anchored to their religion because they lived occupying a tiny cell connected to the church. Julian was one of the Christian mystics. Her 2 works that she wrote, Revelations of Divine Love and The Long Text, are the first recorded writings in English by any woman ever, interestingly enough. But the Black Plague arrived in England and Julian became very ill. And while under a fever, she claimed to have been visited by Jesus and to have received his message of divine love. And that formed the basis of her writing. And this was the message that Jesus sent to Julian, all will be well. And now we have a rendition of by our UU trio, Warner, Adrienne, and Tara. You know what, we really don't need the rest of the slides. Now we have our first reading by Beth Butterfield. It's a humorous reading, so everyone's really quiet today, so don't be afraid to laugh. All right, this is called The Great Paperwork Rebellion. You guys, I know that song really well, and that was such a beautiful. I felt that in my whole body, and I'm like brought to tears, and now I gotta pull it together. So, the Great Paperwork Rebellion. I hate paperwork. It makes me feel blank and incompetent, and I have arranged my life and my profession in such a way that I hardly have to do any. But paperwork does not like to be ignored. It paces in its bleak office and thinks up ways to trip me. And here's what it did. Last February, I was invited to lead a session on grief for an organization here in Spartanburg. I told the person grief wasn't one of my areas of specialty and she would be better off calling someone else. No, we want you to do it, she said. Please reconsider. It wasn't going to happen until November, and in February, I have a hard time believing in November. In fact, since November probably would never come, I agreed to do it. A month later, an envelope arrived in the mail. It was a large manila envelope from the organization that had invited me to do the session on grief. And in this manila envelope were 12 pages of paperwork. The first sheet was a biographical form. I was to fill out this form, they said. My ordinary biography or resume would not do as a substitute. There were spaces to be filled out for where I went to high school, where I went to college, what was my major. They wanted to know, in the 7 lines provided, what I had done in my life that indicated I was competent to lead this session. Hey, you invited me, I thought. Beginning the transformation into my alter ego, the Yankee from hell. The next 6 sheets were about the session I was to give. Using a separate sheet for each learning objective, the instructions said, indicate the learning objective, the time you estimate you will spend on each learning objective, and the methods you plan to use for accomplishing each learning objective. The last 5 sheets were lists of verbs I might want to use in describing my learning objectives and the methods I would use to accomplish these. One sheet separated the verbs into categories. Receiving verbs like ask, name, select, and reply. Responding verbs like answer, assist, perform, recite, and comply. Valuing verbs like justify, describe, and propose. There was a separate sheet for cognitive verbs such as memorize, underline, find, and tally. And a third sheet for what they called psychomotor verbs, like furnish, fix, enlarge, and proceed. I felt like I was in the middle of an education major's nightmare. Was there someone who was being paid to compile lists of verbs for invited speakers? Why would anyone invite a person to come teach them something if they're afraid you don't know enough verbs? I called the office of the person who had invited me to come talk, and that woman was on vacation, so I left a message on her machine. And in the message, I indicated quite calmly and sweetly that no one had told me when I agreed to do this about the pile of paperwork that was involved. If they wanted me to come speak, I would be happy to, but I was not going to fill out a stack of juvenile, useless, make-work forms. It was extremely bad manners to do this to a person. A nice social worker called me back, and she had on that voice they use for dealing with crazy people.
And it turns out she was someone I used to go to church with. So she dropped the crazy person voice and told me that this particular group's paperwork drove everybody in the office to distraction. These poor people do so much paperwork, it hadn't occurred to anyone that 12 pages might feel like a burden. She was sweetly reasonable and apologetic, and I knew that if I didn't do it, she would be the one to suffer, not the person up in the statewide organization who has the manners problem. So I filled out the paperwork, but I'm not happy about it. The woman I plan to become would know just what to do. Maybe she could figure out how to make the proper person suffer. Maybe she could laugh. Maybe she could foment a rebellion. That's it, the great paperwork rebellion. I'll start formulating my objectives. What verbs could I suggest? Tear, erase, agitate, refuse, enjoy, free, make trouble, dance, reason, mutiny, dare, defy, resist, oppose. We have better things to do.
Next, we have another song, a recorded video song by Meg. It's just a really beautiful melody called You Are Made of Stars. And I'm attempting to go out to the internet again. You are made of stars. You are made of stars. I can see them shine in your hand, through your eyes. It's just something when you're feeling tired and low, let it echo through your soul. You are made of stars. You are made of wings. You are made of wings. Salty water in your blood, the rhythm you crave. It's just something to know. You're feeling tired and low, let it echo through your soul. You are made of wings. You are made of earth. You are made of earth. Fur and bone, tree and stone, kin by birth. It's just something to know when you're feeling tired and low. Let it echo through your soul. You are made of earth. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. Are you made of love, hope and memory? Are you made of scars? Yeah, it's something to know. Feeling tired and low, let it echo through your soul. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. I can't stop.
Are you feeling overwhelmed at work? Well, get ahead with AI. Grammarly is the AI writing tool that I trust to get time back in my day. If you're already juggling emails, docs, and chats, it's the last thing you want to do.
Next, we have our longest reading. Sherry's going to do it. It's called The Broken Buddha, and It'll take a few minutes, but hang in there because I think you will be rewarded.
Thank you, Carolyn. The Broken Buddha by Meg Barnhouse. I have a photograph in my online art collection titled Broken Buddha. It shows the lap of a painted statue. One graceful hand has broken off and is resting on the sole of an upturned foot. I'm trying to figure out why I'm so drawn to this image. The enlightened one as imperfect, cracked, and chipped. Maybe that's how my enlightenment feels. It's not all that shiny anymore. A piece or two might have gotten knocked off. I don't know why it makes me remember a woman, let's call her Julie Gates, who was a pillar of my husband's Presbyterian church. Tall, slender, righteous, well put together in pumps and pearls, Julie was a community saint and icon who had founded Senior Communications, connecting the elderly all over town. Whenever her name was mentioned, someone would breathe out reverentially, "Oh, she is wonderful," and everyone around would nod with downcast eyes and soft faces. She and her husband were to leave that church within a year because it wasn't Christian enough. "How are you enjoying being a mother?" she asked me. We had 2 small boys, one maybe 5 and the one still a toddler. My husband, the minister, was gone a lot, and I was juggling a therapy practice, mothering, and being a writer. "I love it," I said. I'm tired of changing diapers, but the rest is great. It's the kind of thing one parent says to another to make the connection of telling the truth about one's life. Most people would touch your arm with a warm smile, full of understanding, and your hearts would beat together for a moment, leaving both of you strengthened. She did not touch my arm. She fixed me with an intense gaze and said, "I loved changing diapers. I loved every minute of raising my children. Every minute." My heart sank. I don't know what her heart was doing. I couldn't feel her heart anywhere. There's nothing crueler than suggesting to a young mother that she's not a good one. She quietly suspects that's true every single day of her life. I say my heart sank, but that's only half the truth. It sank into a fighting stance with both hands raised. This particular crappy combination of sweetness and meanness had been coming at me from church people since I was 8 years old. There was a line to toe. There was a circle of approved thoughts and behaviors within which to stay if you were to be a member of the group in good standing. If it looked as though you were about to stray, the enforcers would descend with that exact tone. "Oh, you don't think that," they would say with a tinkling laugh. A spiritual person was supposed to be victorious, triumphant in the conquering of life's difficulties, praising God in the midst of any circumstance, grateful for whatever came, peaceful in the heart always. If you didn't feel it, my God, you should just act as if you did, or it would spook all the other horses in the pasture. The broken Buddha says, I don't have to be scared of being the way I am. I've met some non-evangelicals with that same cruel, but somehow comfortable worldview. As a practicing therapist, I met a lot of people who trusted in therapy. They would speak as if you could get help for any situation and handle it with your head held high, your intellect clear, and your feelings in good order. If you get healthy enough, you're supposed to be able to go through even a nasty divorce with peace in your heart. If something disturbing disturbs you, you should get help. The broken Buddha tells me sometimes agony is appropriate. The part of me I'm least proud of imagines that this Buddha's hand detached when he reached out to someone who said something on the order of, everything happens the way it should, and slapped them silly. In a dream workshop I was leading, an older woman was sharing her grief at having lost her son in his 20s to melanoma, and hadn't seen it because it was under his hair. A woman across the table tilted her head and spoke in that breathy voice that some people feel makes them sound more spiritual. Her eyes were wide too, and she didn't blink. Have you ever thought about why he might have wanted to draw that suffering into his life? Why you might have wanted to draw it into yours? The broken Buddha tells me that life is not neat. Life is gorgeous and horrific and beyond understanding. We may create certain situations, draw certain things, but other suffering strikes like a tiger from the tall grass, snatching us from one life into another without cause or warning. I meditate on the broken hand of the Buddha, and it comforts me. It tells me that the spiritual moves in and through cracks and gaps, that it's wild and doesn't make sense. It sits with you, even through something that can't be fixed by intelligence or kindness or love. Curious about the statue, I learned that his broken hand is in the Karana Mudra, the shape used for warding off demons. The enlightened one is still home. One of the comments under the photo reads, someone was made nervous by the Buddha's broken hand. The one who wrote that comment wants it to be true, but he doesn't know. Maybe you can be enlightened and broken too. Sometimes I feel like I understand so much that I can be a lot of help to people. Other times my mind is blank and there is nothing in my mind or heart to say, but I'm so sorry. I want to reach out, but my hand is lying in my lap, still in the shape of warding off demons of fear, illness, financial terrors, and loss, and I can't do anything with it. The broken Buddha says he knows how I feel. Our hearts beat together for a time, and we're both strengthened.
Thanks, Sherry. That was really well done. I have one more song to close with, and it's just a nice spiritual song. It's called Your Place in My Heart, and I think Meg Barnhouse has a place in our hearts. My cursor. cursor.
You made a size, is that what you're looking for?
No, that's the one we just had. It hasn't come up on there. You're supposed to be able to control click. Oh, there it is.
USA safe pilot, I can say it when I road trip safely.
Or USA Safe Pilot Miles, I would save my vacation. Yeah, with Safe Pilot, you can save when you drive. Or with Safe Pilot Miles, you can save when you don't.
Bigger than a Valentine, bigger than a throne for a queen, bigger than a truck full of feathers bound for New Orleans, bigger than a mountain in Peru where the Amazon starts, bigger than the sky in Nebraska, your place in my heart. Not as little as a prairie wind, not as little as a forest fire, not as little as the thrill of a race that comes down to the wire, not as little as a May afternoon, not as little as a story that's true, not as little as the Milky Way, my love for you. Sweeter than strawberry jam, sweeter than a yellow rose, sweeter than the feel of a baby when you play with its toes, sweeter than a song you can sing when you're no more than 3, sweeter than a dream about flying, your love for me.
And that's my presentation along with Sherry, Beth, Mo, Adrian, Tara. Thank you very much.
I gotta tell you something. You're gonna be my.
Well, Mike gets us back on our regular time. Now is the time for the sharing of our gifts and pledges that support the work of this religious community. And we'll remind you, as Alice said, that half of anything in this place not marked as a pledge will go to food bank. Yes, that's right. Everybody you need. Food bank. As is the gift of music and technology. Now is the time, it's not changing on here, but it's up there. Now is the time in the service for the sharing of joys and concerns. If there's anything on your heart you'd like to share today, I invite you to do so. You can speak where you are or come down, use the mic, say your name, and state your joy or concern. I'll remind you we are being broadcast live and will be recorded and available to be seen on the internet afterwards. But I invite you to come and share your joy or concern.
We heard something about, what people expect of young parents, and there's what older parents come to expect, and now we've turned the back off a little bit. I made the are you ready to head this way call about 10 a.m. yesterday. I don't know what time the term paper writing stopped the night before. At 11 a.m. I made the follow-up voice call, and I believe I spoke to someone who was just waking up. And Walton made it in. It's about some people tell you they do it in 4 hours, but it's a 5.5 to 7, depending on how many rest stops you make, or exercise stops between here and Dahlonega. He made it in a little after 9 p.m. So our joy is Walden is home for Thanksgiving.
Yay. Celebration of grown children coming home and all the other traveling. Some of us are already away and other of us have coming up.
Well, I'm Carolyn, and we have a new life in our family. Baby Jude was born on November 11th, and happy, healthy baby boy to my youngest stepdaughter, Leah, and husband, Matthew.
Congratulations.
This is kind of a concern for our kitty cat, who came to us by way of my mother, who at the age of about 96 could no longer take care of our cat, Nikki. So Barbara and I became new parents. And Nikki had some problems because he was a rescue cat and he came as an adult and he had some bad habits. And when I would visit my mother, at breakfast time, Nikki liked to hop up on the breakfast table and lick the butter off her toast. So we had to work on some of his behaviors. But the concern is that in the last month, Nikki became very ill. He lost a third of his weight. He stopped eating. He had a number of medical problems, and he was severely anemic. And we thought he was bleeding internally, maybe cancer. But anyway, the vet thinks it's a mycoplasma in the blood, and he's being treated. He's showing some signs of maybe recovering, so we're hopeful that since he seems to be eating now and hopefully gaining back some weight, that he will stay with us a bit longer. But he will be eating the butter off the toast.
Thank you. Are there others? I will light this candle for Meg Barnhouse. If you're watching the recording of today, appreciate all the gifts you've shared with the UUs and with the wider world, and wish you well. And a final candle. In token of any joy or concern you may have on your heart, but you're not ready to speak into the world, this is for that. Shall we sing together? This is the benedictions for overtime. We'll consult with music. Allow me to speak a word of prayer. We hold these joys and concerns and life events in our hearts. We hold one another in our hearts. We appreciate this opportunity to come together in our sacred space and know we can come as we are. May that happen be so. Amen. Yes, indeed. It was a wonderful program. We're running a little over time, so we will extinguish the flame, and I'll ask you to say the words with me, please.
But not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of penitence. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
It's time for announcements. Do we have any announcements to share? We've got board meeting out.
Board meeting at 7 p.m. Tomorrow on Zoom. I would ask board members and incoming board members to email me any suggestions for the agenda. I think maybe some discussion of fundraising ideas would be in order, and also programming, looking into next year, and who's going to be involved in that. And then whatever else anyone wants to add to the agenda. Right. And we're welcome, and all members and friends are welcome
By Zoom, so
to
you
join
can
us by
go
Zoom.
web
And
page.
finally, it's under contact us, I believe, on the UUFS, UUStatesboro.org page.
Our donation of time and talent chart, so it's still up there, and it's gratifying, lots of people have signed up. I'm just gonna say they'll be up there for another week, or, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, but if you haven't had a chance to look up there, go ahead and add your name, and we appreciate it.
Particularly the food bank. Sheila has managed to round up enough volunteers to serve a meal for the last week, and will this week, I think the first 3 days, we volunteered food from restaurants. So I'm not sure what it'll be after Thanksgiving, but if you're willing to help with that again, please get your name on the list. Do you have other announcements?
December 3rd, which is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Borough Pride is facilitating their lavender graduations for all of the LGBT graduates for that kind of special celebration for them. And we're gathering a gaggle. So if you'd like to go with us, let me know and we can all maybe go together. That's next, not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's not anymore.
Thank you. Something I thought of and forgot. Oh, next Saturday, Marynell's not here to remind us, but if you follow the Facebook page, Marynell Armstrong is going to lead another ecology walk up at the wildlife management where she works above Statesboro. Some of us did it before, and it was really a cool experience. And this time it's at 1 o'clock. You have to get up early and be up there at 8:30 or 9. Barb, did you know?
Is that the Saturday right after Thanksgiving?
No, it's the 13th, it's not
13th,
next.
I'm sorry, 2 weeks after. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Do we have other announcements? Hearing none, I think we will have, now tell me about the benediction. Are y'all gonna sing for us?
Yeah, the choir's gonna come up, and then you're gonna do the Bible.
So others are welcome to join in for the benediction. Number one, singing the benediction. Or wait, let me read it off the Sorry for the technical difficulties this morning.
May have been PowerPoint.